you're not too hungry and still have ears to listen to me for the next 15 minutes. Thank you very much for the introduction to Josefina. We're going to do something old school. Can I see, by raise of hand, who has actually been on a language stay abroad? Who's gone abroad to learn a language? Okay, quite a few. Very nice. So have I, and I haven't just done it once, I have done it multiple times with multiple languages as well. And in fact, I loved all of these experiences so much that I made a whole career out of it. And I now work for one of the largest language travel and language learning organizations in the world. For quick introductions, my name is Silvère, and I work for Inlingua International. We, as a business, provide licenses to entrepreneurs who want to open up their own inlingua language school. We don't only provide our names, but we also provide our language learning materials. My team and I were in charge of creating those materials, and as I'm sure everybody else in this room, we have faced significant challenges over the last few years, especially with the rise of AI. However, it's also been an incredibly exciting time. It's been an interesting time exploring new ways of language learning, finding out about new and different tools, and of course, also creating the version of what we believe is the best way to learn a language through and with AI. It is safe to say that I have spent a lot of time reading, researching, brainstorming, and talking with experts about AI in the language travel world. And I'm here to talk to you today about why this really should be seen as an opportunity rather than a threat. And maybe by doing so, I might take some of your worries away. I will show you 3 things on how AI and technology can enhance your learners' language travel experience and make you want them return over and over again to your courses. Now, when you think back to your own time when you went traveling abroad to learn a new language, how did you feel before you went? Before you stepped on that plane or went on the train to go abroad? What was it you were thinking? Excited, I'm sure. Maybe a little nervous, uncertain of what's to come, potentially even anxious. And especially it might have been your first time traveling abroad without your family, without your friends, and really immersing yourself into a new culture. To make this whole thing a little bit more personal, I would like to tell you a story about this girl. You might recognize her. She's on a train with people that she's never met to France, a country that she's never been to, and all of this with very, very limited French. I'm excited, of course, in this photo, as you can see, but behind the happy face, I was really scared. I was terrified, to be honest. And this is obviously something that we also see in our current students who come to our inlingua language schools. We have identified 3 main issues that students might experience when they come to us. By the way, this is an image that is generated by ChatGPT, and I asked it what a journey of language learning could look like in a sort of illustrative way. The first issue, obviously, insufficient language skills, right? We go there to learn, but that might lead to, feeling a bit self-conscious, feeling very insecure about speaking a new language, and then we don't know where all the practice materials are, right? We don't know how to help ourselves. Now for the first one. Imagine if there was a way to really get yourself ready before you even step on that plane, before you go and travel to the new world, essentially. We have found a solution, and these are hybrid classrooms. So at Inlingua, we, and many schools do that as well, we have hybrid classrooms where learners can book onto a course before they even go into that country. This would look as follows. So here we have one of our learners, and she's in a hybrid classroom. You can see her in front of her laptop. And she can see her trainer there, but in the other windows, she can also see the learners that are in the classroom itself. This is what it looks like from the other side. You can see next to the trainer there, we have a 360 camera that automatically goes from learner to learner, depending on when they speak. And everybody is wearing microphones as well, so they can be heard and understood well by everybody in the room, but obviously also outside the room. The second issue is feeling self-conscious about speaking a new language. And with that, for this issue, we have come up with the solution of chatbots. It's not the first time you hear this today, I'm sure. I just wanted to show you how those could be used really by your learners. So let's say I'm not sure how to ask for something in a shop or ask for directions. I could ask this: how can I ask for directions in a shop? And the chatbot will give me an answer. So I approach an employee politely, and then it gives me different examples of how I can say this. So, hi there, I'm looking to find something specific. Could you help me please, etc., etc. It doesn't just give you the sentences, but it also tells you how to say those sentences. Now, I can ask the chatbot, could you please be the shop employee and have an interaction with me so I can learn how to use all of these sentences, right? The chatbot confirms. And I might not have quite understood sort of the social cues and the interaction rules of that language, so I'm just going to say, give me bread. Now, it's very clear, I'm sure the employee will know what it means and what I want, but is it really polite? Is it correct interaction? Not really. And this is also what the chatbot says. So here it says, while it's clear what you're asking for, it might be more effective to phrase your request a question to come across more polite and less demanding. So I'm going to try this again. Could you tell me where I can find the milk? It gives me the interaction that a shop employee might give me as well. And at the same time, it gives me feedback on the interaction, telling me that I have done some good work and keep up the good approach. And this could really be applied to any situation in a shop, any other interaction on a day-to-day basis, but it could also be questions about culture, it could be questions about other interaction patterns in your personal life, so it's really applicable to anything. The third issue is lack of accessible practice materials. And obviously this is the classic solution here with AI. It could look something like this. We have AI-generated exercises with a photo where we type in the right answer. We have another one where we hear an audio and we type in the right example. It corrects us. It gives us feedback on progress. It does it in French. Very useful for me. And really, the opportunities are endless. Here it is in Italian. Here it is in Spanish. And of course also in German. And at the end, it will give you feedback and ask you, do you want to practice more? Are you ready for the next activity, the next challenge? And so even when the most patient teacher has given up, AI will still give you more and more exercises to practice. Right, so we have taken these three and transformed them into these three solutions. And while these tools are obviously not going to make your learner's language stay, they will definitely significantly enhance your learner's cultural interest. They will enhance their sense of preparedness, and they will really spark the curiosity in learning a new language in your learners. And this is why we believe AI will not replace language travel, but it might replace those providers who don't make use of it. Now, to wrap up my presentation, I would like you to think back to when you first embarked on your language learning journey. and the first time you went on a stay abroad. And think about how that would have changed had you had all these tools and had you had this interaction with AI to prepare yourself about what's to come. And then I would also like to say that in the very loud environment that we're in at the moment, with AI everywhere and lots of new tools and lots of different things that come at you all the time, it's important how unique this industry is. Because we don't just sell language courses, of course, that is one thing, but really we provide unforgettable experiences, we connect people, we connect cultures, we broaden horizons, and we help our learners make friends for life. And so, on behalf of her, and on behalf of my current self, I would really also like to express a personal thank you to you as language travel providers for providing me and so many other learners with the necessary stepping stones to a successful future. If you have any thoughts on this, I would love to hear them. I'm just outside there. I'm also very happy to connect on LinkedIn with you. You can send me a message and learn about what we do, and I would love to learn about you as well. Thank you very much.